Hey, what's up everybody? Nick here. Well, it is finally September, which means October is right around the corner, which in turn means I have a lot of cool Halloween ranking videos, cool Halloween content, a lot of cool, interesting topics coming up on this channel. So, if you like stuff like that, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It really helps. But today, I am going to continue right on down the line, continue ranking the best kills in the Halloween franchise. I've already done Halloween 1, the OG from 1978, and I've done Halloween 2 from 1981. So today that brings us to the kind of black sheep finally getting respect to the franchise, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. So, let's get to it. So, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, kill ranking. A couple of things first. Number one, everybody, or most everybody, by now knows that this is the movie that does not include Michael Myers. Take that for what it is. A lot of people, including young Nick at one point, didn't give this movie a chance. If you haven't seen it, because Michael Myers is in it, pause this video and go watch the goddamn movie. It's a blast. Number two, there are a lot of kills in this movie that do not involve humans. And basically I'm talking about the Silver Shamrock henchmen. I am not including them in this kills ranking because they're robots. In fact, I'm not including any of the bad guys. I'm not even including Colonel Cochran in this, which, by the way, he's got a pretty lame death for an awesome villain. But I'm just going to include the human deaths throughout the movie of innocent characters. So basically what that means is you got, well, for all intents and purposes, 5 kill scenes. So it's only going to be 5. So I know that's not a lot. I'm sorry if that's disappointing, but it would just be a lot. It'd be really confusing to narrow down each of the henchmen that have been killed. You know, there's that scene at the end where Chalice kind of dumps the little gadget. I can't think gadget, the little metal thing in the masks that get the power from Stonehenge, and kills a bunch of them. You know, and Cochran claps like that for him defeating him. But really the only one that stands, well, there's 2 that stand out. One is when the henchman lights himself on fire, which is pretty cool. And the second one is when Chalice pulls Dick Warlock. Yes, Michael Myers, that Dick Warlock, when he pulls his guts out. So I'm not including any of those just for simplicity's sake. So we're going to go 5 deaths. From 5 all the way down to 1. So coming in 5th place, my 5th favorite of this movie is going to be Teddy, Tom Atkins, one of his many lady friends throughout this movie. Remember, this is towards the end of the movie. She is talking on the phone to Dr. Chalice, and you know, she mentions that she kind of sees something in the ashes of the henchman that set himself on fire, you know, almost like robotic parts. Well, Silver Shamrock is listening to the line, and one of the robot henchmen decide to kill her. Pretty cool death, actually. He kind of holds her down and takes a drill and drills right through her fucking head, which they don't really show. They kind of just show her legs stop moving. But cool death. The reason it's last for me is because it just seemed unnecessary. It's almost like they wanted to throw one more kill in. You know, this is a character we barely knew. It just, you know, all of a sudden we're in Santa Mira, and all of a sudden, you know, let's go back to Chalice's hometown, wherever the fuck that was, somewhere in California, and, you know, just kill this bitch off to get another kill. So it just seemed a little unnecessary, but it was a cool scene. So, yeah, it's my 5th favorite of the movie. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the drunk homeless guy who gets his head ripped off. This guy, for some reason I always like thought this was like Woody Harrelson. I always call him Woody Harrelson in my head because he kind of I don't know if he looks like him, sounds like him. I'll have to rewatch and see why the hell I think that. But in my mind, this is the poor man's Woody Harrelson. Anyway, he's kind of a drunk guy. Used to work in the town before Cochran and his factory came in. You know, he's wandering around the town after the curfew, drinking, of course, and you know he starts kind of, for all intents and purposes, talking shit to the cameras that Silver Shamrock has around. Well, the robots, henchmen, whatever you want to call them, come. He kind of gets on his knees, and they literally rip his fucking head off. Now, you could make the argument that, like I said with Teddy, this was unnecessary, but I disagree. What I think is this shows that, you know, they're always watching. You know, he's talking shit to the camera, and, you know, Cochran or his cronies, henchmen, are watching, and they punish him for it. And it just kind of shows what they're capable of. So, as much as, you know, it could be considered unnecessary, for me, it does matter to me, because it's kind of like, oh boy, these guys are fucking strong. They're not to be messed with. So, we had a little bit of that earlier in the movie, but this is just kind of a reminder. So it falls in at number 4 for me. Number 3. All 3 of these next ones, for me, could be interchangeable. Even this third one here could be the top. It actually, I thought it was going to be the top of my list. But the more I thought about it, the more I wanted number 1 and 2 where they are. But for number 3, it's going to be Marge, who is the woman in the hotel room that basically is playing with the chip that falls out of the Silver Shamrock mask. She's playing with it with, it's not tweezers, it's like a hair clip. Ladies, help me out, what the hell is that called? But anyway, she's playing around with it, and all of a sudden, boom, a laser fucking shoots right through it, right through her fucking face. And you know, her face is all fucking mangled. Just a fucking awesome scene. And it's just the tip of the cap of the scene is, you know, when Dr. Chalice and Ellie are having sex, and she goes, what is that? He goes, who cares? You know, I know that's not the death scene, but I just thought it was fucking awesome. Vintage Tom Atkins there. Just vintage Tom Atkins. But yeah, just the effects of this are cool. Even though the laser can be kind of dated, you know, this was made in 1982, remember? But it just kind of showed you, it just helped with the ominous feeling of, you know, what they're dealing with. So that's why it is at number 3 for me. Coming in at number 2 is, in my opinion, one of the most painful deaths in the entire franchise. And that is going to be Ellie's dad, Harry. So if you remember Harry, you know, the movie starts off showing him running away from the Silver Shamrock guys, and you know, he's kind of saying, you're all going to kill us, they're all going to kill us. He gets taken to Chalice's hospital, which starts Chalice off on that journey, and Dick Warlock, you know, the henchman of Silver Shamrock, comes in, literally takes his thumb and index finger and pushes it through his fucking skull, right by his eyes, right by his nose. Just brutal fucking death. Just fucking brutal. You know, if you push on your face like that right there, that hurts just pushing on it. Imagine a robot so strong it can go right through there. So I just thought it was a cool scene, especially in a hospital. You know, maybe it's the H2 fan in me that loves the hospital setting. But it was awesome. Awesome scene. And then the cherry on top is when he goes and, I think it's Warlock that does it. But anyway, the cherry on top is when he goes in the car, pours the gasoline on him and lights himself on fire. So a pretty awesome scene, and that's at number 2 for me. But number 1 for me is what I like to call the test room massacre. Up until this point, we have no idea what Colonel Cochran's plan is. We have no idea what these masks do, except for, you know, shooting a laser at Marge, but we don't know what the ultimate end game here is. Well, we find out in shocking fashion when the Buddy family, you got Buddy Sr. or whatever his wife's name, I think it's Betty, but I could be wrong on that, and then Buddy Jr. Are trapped in a test room while Chalice is watching, because he's caught at this moment, and the kid puts on the mask, and, you know, 6 more days till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Alright, it wasn't 6 more days, and that was a horrible rendition, but stay with me here. But, you know, the commercial comes on, and all of a sudden the kid starts grabbing his face, and the parents are like, oh, what's wrong, what's wrong? And all of a sudden the kid hits the floor, his face starts caving in the mask, and you got all these bugs and snakes and all kinds of shit coming out, and they're screaming, and, you know, the snake bites the mom in the leg, and or the dad passes out, or the mom passes out. One of it. It's just a fucking clusterfuck of a mess, and just an awesome scene. And that just shows you, holy shit, this is what's going to happen to the entire country or the entire world if Cochran gets his way, if Chalice doesn't stop him. And it's just awesome. Cool scene. Very, very unique. So, that is my list. Let me know how you guys would rank them. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.